Hey, you do the intro.
Me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Phil, stop muting Brennan.
I was in the middle of an intro. Brady,
Do I get
do
to
that
intro
song
it?
again. No, you do not. You lost your privileges.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What am I?
Brady,
Why did I get muted? What did I do?
You're singing. You did
Brady,
really
no.
bad intros. All
I'm
right,
not
this is
singing.
the intro. This is the intro. And for the intro, we're gonna roll the footage of Jake's intro from last season.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, people of all ages, and maybe your goldfish.
So today I'm very excited about our episode because we are doing top 6 running backs. If you remember last week, we did top 6 quarterbacks. This time we're doing top 6 running backs. Now this list is a whole lot going to be different than quarterbacks, right? Because everyone generally had the same 6 quarterbacks, just in different order. I think each list is going to be pretty different from one another. I don't know what you guys think.
I think they're good. You know, yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
All right, who would like to go first?
We're starting at 6 and going down to 1.
No, we're going to 1. Oh
Should
yeah.
we do the
let's go
opposite
6.
order of last week?
Yeah, we going at the same time last time.
Brennan, Ian,
Yes,
Brady,
yeah.
me.
No,
Yeah.
I went last.
Yeah. No.
So opposite of last week. You go first.
Ooh, okay. I'll start with an honorable mention here. Aaron Jones is my honorable mention. He, I don't think he's good enough to scrape a list, but he's a really good running back. So he deserves to be mentioned honorably.
Maya? No, Jerem's up, I think.
No, that's
No,
not
Ian's up.
at number
Ian's
6. Oh, yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
no.
Does everybody have an honorable mention?
No.
I'll give you one.
Okay, go.
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2 for the same reason. Nick Chubb and Aaron Jones.
I
Reason
had Nick
being,
Chubb too.
I don't think they're there yet. I think
Here's the thing.
I think both of them have the capability.
Chubb's not in the top 6.
No, he's not. I think
The
they
Packers-
both. I think they both
the
have
Packers-
the capability to do it.
The Packers have a top 5. Oh, he left. The Packers have a top 5 backfield.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is not a top 6 running back.
And a bottom 5
Receiving
wide receiver
core,
core.
I think
quarterback,
both Packers running backs make the
offensive
top
line
10 probably.
team.
Cap.
Ooh, AJ Dillon in the top 10? No.
Probably at 10.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If he was on his own team, then yes.
I put him at 13.
Okay, that's fair. But
All right.
You got speaking of which,
So-
Kareem Hunt.
he is
He
not going
requested
to
trade.
trade.
And the Browns said he wouldn't be traded.
Yeah.
We'll see. Do you think he'll sit out? You think he'll
He's on a
start
holdout.
refusing
right
to show up?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right
I
now.
haven't. I haven't seen if he's refused.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, welcome back,
Who's-
bud.
Who's
I'm
your
not-
honorable mention?
I'm not happy.
Who's your honorable mention?
Mixon.
Hold on, Ian. You're a Browns
Nixon.
fan. How do you
Okay.
feel about Kareem Hunt?
Oh, I don't care about him. Dearness Johnson can take his role.
Ernest Johnson probably could take his role. I mean,
All right, Jaron.
honorable mention, Jake.
I don't have any.
Of course.
Can't think of any.
Sorry,
Ian,
I
give me-
guess I.
Ian, hurry.
All right.
I already gave one. I said Joe Mixon.
At
Oh yeah. All right.
number, and
6.
I honestly think this is a little low. Because looking at stats, I didn't want to change my list, but looking at stats, he could probably be a little higher on the list. At number 6, I have Joe Mixon. 3rd in yards last year, 4th in touchdowns last year, 3rd in attempts last year.
What?
However, he was 30th in average yards per carry. So that kind of brought it down a little bit for me, just because if you're only getting 4 yards per carry, sure, that's all you need. But like Jonathan Taylor was at almost like 6 last year, some stupid number. So
Yeah.
I think, he had a lot of good games. Only 1 postseason touchdown too. That wasn't great.
Oh wow.
So only 1 postseason touchdown. So
All right.
I think Samaje actually might have more.
Hold on, 2 because he threw one.
It's true.
All right,
He
is it-
threw a
is it my
touchdown in the
turn?
Super Bowl.
He technically threw one. He
Is it my
technically had a
turn?
second one.
1 rushing touchdown.
My turn.
Yes, Brady, go.
I'm agreeing with Brennan and going with Joe Mixon. I think it's also a matter of just like, I don't think he's top 5, but I don't think he's any worse
not any
than the
worse.
guys I
No.
put behind him. I think he's a great player. I think he's produced really well with how good of a wide receiver corps they have and how much they do throw the ball. I think he'll.
I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more postseason production out of him for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't have anything to complain about there.
Yeah.
Jake,
All right.
who's Jake?
So, Brennan, remember at the beginning of the episode when you said, I think we're really going to have different lists?
Yeah,
At number
your
6, I have Joe
is-
Mixon.
Okay, well, we already know the reasons for that. So, Ian, who's your number 6?
Aaron Jones.
Okay.
Better mean Joe Mixon's number 5. All right, what's your reason for Aaron Jones?
No,
at 6
he was
and
the
not-
honorable mention.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not.
he was.
I don't get how you guys see Joe Mixon is better than Nick Chubb. I don't get that, but okay.
Well, I can pull up some stats. I didn't have
I think
Nick
they're
Chubb stats
quite
ready, but I can
similar.
pull up.
Chubb does split time with Kareem Hunt, though.
I'm telling
That's Chubb's issue. That's why you don't have Aaron Jones in, because he's not gonna have many touchdowns this year because AJ Dillon's gonna take all the goal line carries.
Yeah, that's absolutely not true, but okay.
I'm not even gonna give a reason.
Aaron Jones is a touchdown machine. He's like James Conner.
I'm just gonna give my
Aaron
list.
Jones doesn't get short touchdowns though.
Yeah,
gets-
he gets
10,
mid
15, 20, 30-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, and he'll continue to do that.
All right, Ian, who's
AJ
your number
Dillon's
6?
gonna have a lot of 1-yard touchdown carries, which is great, but I don't really care. As long as we're getting touchdowns, we're getting touchdowns.
Nick Chubb, 10th in the league in touchdowns, by the way.
Number 5.
Did I say anything about touchdown?
No, but I'll tell you who was 4th in the league in touchdowns last year. It was Joe Mixon. Number 5 for me. This is where it gets really tough. Like 5, 4, and 3
Please don't
were
say this
really,
person.
really tough. Number 5, I have Dalvin Cook.
Oh, okay.
That was tough to put on because last year was not his best year.
Nope.
I'll say that. And I don't know if you heard about DeMarcus Cook and his half brother, but we'll save that for another time. Last year he had 1,159 rushing yards.
Good.
So that's very comparable to Joe Mixon, little lower, but very comparable. Less touchdowns, but I think his career stands out a lot.
Yeah.
And I think what he's done in the past speaks a lot. That was Joe Mixon's first really good year. Dalvin Cook's had a couple of those really good years that I think puts him just above Joe Mixon.
Right. My number 5 is Najee Harris.
I love
Najee.
that a lot. I
He's
love
a-
me some Najee Harris.
He's
Love me some
big.
Najee Harris.
He can catch the ball well.
For those
He's such a-
interested, he's a freak athlete. I mean,
yeah, he's a beast.
I'm-
He's fast. He can throw.
Should I draft him with the
people
number
on the
1
ground
pick
with
this year?
ease.
Should I get him with the number 1 pick?
You could go worse.
No, I'm picking Jonathan Taylor, but
No, you're not. But
Yeah.
actually, no, pick him. Make the wrong pick.
okay.
All right.
Wait, does Brady have the 2 pick?
I do have the 2
Oh.
pick.
Yeah,
You
he's
want-
trying
you
to
want
get me to.
something satisfying
He
actually?
wants Jonathan Taylor.
I don't want Jonathan Taylor. I don't like Jonathan Taylor.
Najee Harris had exactly 1,200 rushing yards last year.
That's amazing. That's
Exactly.
beautiful.
Exactly 1,200.
If only
That's
Chase
fourth-
didn't have that
That's
season.
4th in the league. 4th in the league, rookie year.
Come on. And he's gonna be even better next year.
All right, Jake, who is it?
I had Austin Eckler at 5.
Here is why he
Why
does
do we
not
always
make my
have the same
list.
list? It's
He doesn't
every
make your list. Oh my gosh. He
No,
doesn't make your
Austin
list.
Eckler does not make my list. He is not a good running back. He's a great fantasy back.
What?
He's not a great running back.
To be a good fantasy back, you have to be a good running
You don't
back.
have to score a lot of touchdowns to be a good running back.
He's the number 1 receiving back in the league.
See, I don't like receiving backs on these lists. I don't like receiving backs because
He's
there's
also
But receiving is such a big part in today's game, especially at the running back position.
and I get that. I just don't love Austin Eckler. I think he is set up for failure. Like his type of running back is prime for failure.
You remind me
because-
about-
Relying on having both sides of that game is very important. You need to be able to catch, you need to be able to run. But relying on one side of that game
he had
He-
1,000
he had
yards.
1,000 rushing
setting
yards
up
last
for
season.
failure. And last year was his first good year. Good
And
on
he's-
him for
and
having that year.
Exactly.
Same thing
And
about
he's gonna have
Mixon.
an even better year this year.
You're saying the same thing about Mixon.
But Mixon can do both. And that's
So
what
can
sets it
he.
apart.
So can Austin.
Austin does it better
But-
than Mixon, I think.
I
Actually,
don't
no,
think he does.
he doesn't. But still.
I don't think he does. I just think he needs to find better balance. That's
I
me.
think. Well, we also like vary off like who is better now and who do you think will have a better year next year. That's
sure.
where that's how I'm thinking of Austin Eckler. All right.
I just don't think Austin Eckler can repeat.
I think. Or
J.I.B.B said
Ian,
Austin
you're
Eckler.
up.
Ian, you're up.
I have Austin Eckler.
Okay.
We just gave our reasons. No need to.
All right, Ian. Brennan with number 4.
I have Najee Harris at
I
number
knew
4.
it was coming. Okay.
He's just a freak athlete. And we talked about this.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's a monster.
It feels
He's
weird.
the most. He is. I don't have the exact number, but I'm pretty sure he was like had the most consistent yards per carry of any running back last year.
Yeah, he's a very consistent runner.
He's just always going to get you.
What
You
you
know,
need.
he's a big guy.
Yeah,
You know,
he's
he's 6'1", 250. So yes, you heard me correct there, J.I.B. He is 6'1", 250. So
I
that's
just have to look
insane.
that up.
Hmm?
Actually, I'm not going to look that up.
All right.
I swear he's like
Somebody
6'6".
else look that up.
I will.
All right, can we get him?
At
I'm gonna
6'1",
say 6'3",
6'1".
230.
6'1", 232. I was off by 18 pounds, but
I was off by 2.
all right. Brady,
Hold up.
I'm telling you, bro. Najee Harris looks like he's 6. He's getting
he
in
looks like he's about 6'4".
Yeah, I was going to say 6'1" seems short for him.
My
No, he looks like
4th.
he's taller. Don't say franchise. Oh no, he was on a mention.
Brennan, we flip flopped. I have Dalvin Cook at number 4.
Mhm. Yeah.
I again, like you said, I think he had an off year last year.
I think he's gonna have a good year this year. I think
he's the best of both worlds. He's a small, stocky, strong running back who hits the holes really hard. Honestly, like how I think Nick Chubb does it, but he can receive the ball really well, and he just finds gaps. And when he gets in open space, so
Oh, he can beat anyone
yeah,
one-on-one in open space.
all right. Big Robinson.
Jacob.
I have Najee Harris.
Okay.
Okay.
You love me
Ian?
some Najee.
Love me some Najee. Ian.
I'm Najee Harris.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Well, this is.
Okay.
all right.
I'm
three.
gonna lose. I'm gonna lose a lot of people in this next one. I'm going to lose a
Fair.
lot of people.
Is this 3?
This is 3. Like I'm nervous even saying this. At number 3, I have Christian McCaffrey.
So, okay, hold on. Remember at the beginning of this episode
No
When
way.
you
more
said-
people.
when you said we're not going to have similar lists?
I don't have him on my list.
So
I'm just
3 of
like-
us had Najee Harris at 4 or 5.
don't even have
3 of
him.
us had Mixon at 6. All 4 of us are going to have Henry and Taylor at 1 and 2.
I just can't find to put him on my list. When
It
he's
took
healthy, yes, he is. But I'm-
Everything in me. It took. He is the
When he's
exactly what
healthy,
you
he's
want.
number 1.
He is exactly what you want to run back. He is the
is the-
perfect receiving back and the perfect rushing back.
he is the complete
Yeah,
package.
but
honestly.
He is the complete package. He is the package. He's the standard for the package.
But
He's the mailman.
the past 2 years.
That's the thing. Like
He's been hurt, and that's why it really took everything in me. He's just too good to not put on the list in my
That's
mind.
fair.
If he never got injured, I would put him at 3 easily. But like,
If
He'd probably
he
be
never
a-
got injured, I'm putting him at 1.
mm,
no, because Derrick Henry went for 2,000 yards and Jonathan Taylor almost did that. Well,
that's
what?
fine. All right.
All right,
Me.
Brady, who you got?
Okay. I swear, if I lose some of you, I'm gonna be kind of mad. Austin Eckler at number 3.
Yeah.
We've already
I
won.
think I love him, and this is one of those words I'm like betting on him for next season.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a great year next year.
If he can do that, if he can balance out the hold on guys, the B reel went off. If he can balance out the receiving and the rushing game, it's game like he is going to be in that number 3 spot.
and
But
it's
I just need
weird
to
for
see
him to
I
be.
just need to see a balance here.
It's weird for him
I say
to
hi to
be
Be Real.
peaking at the age he's at. I think he's like 27, 28 years old. But yeah, like
Yeah,
what I
100%.
towards the end of this year when he really started to pick it up. And I think he can replicate it. I think this is his first year really getting into the mix because he's been behind Melvin Gordon. I think this was his real first year where he's had the attempts to be the number one running back, and I think he'll thrive this year.
Because there's nobody on the Chargers that's going to take his spot.
Yeah.
He's not splitting back. He's 100% of the carries.
Yes. Jake.
And Christian McCaffrey.
Okay. Well, yeah, we kind of knew that already.
It's just kind of weird because, like,
Yeah, it is.
the injuries, but he's just so good.
He is.
He's just so good.
He's like that, like Todd Gurley thing, where like if you were playing him in
2017 Todd Gurley. If you were playing him in fantasy,
it was a loss.
you were done. You were done. All right, Ian, who you got?
Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
A little high.
I would say so, but he's a good player. I think he can do it. I feel like he was last year before Jonathan Taylor really went off, and while Christian McCaffrey and Barkley were hurt. So
I was gonna say, but I knew.
Number 2, I think we all have the same number 2, just in
No
different
way.
orders.
no
Really?
way. We don't have the same number 2. I know he
Name
doesn't.
same 1 and 2.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying different
yeah.
Ian has not had Nick Chubb yet.
I'm not putting him in my top
He's not. I don't think he's on his
Okay.
list.
because I'm telling you right
At
now.
number 2,
was
I
looking
have Jonathan
at-
Taylor.
Mm,
Number 2, I have Jonathan.
I'm just gonna say that I
Taylor.
also have Jonathan Taylor, so we can like
we all
go
have.
off each other with it.
Wait a minute. Do we all have Jonathan Taylor at number 2?
Oh, do you have Derrick Henry?
I knew he was gonna have it one, but
Okay.
I think he's one of the he's
Hey,
set up.
Jonathan Taylor's my running back.
Yeah, I
You
know.
know? He's my running back.
Well,
He's
he's
your
also
guy.
Derrick Henry is also
led the
mine and
league
Brandon's
last year.
running backs.
Led the league last year in rushing attempts, yards, touchdowns. He had the longest run of the season. He had the most yards per game.
Him and
He
Michael
also-
Pittman were my dynamic duo.
You have to look at attempts. Attempts really says a lot.
He Pro Bowl,
No one cares.
All Pro.
All pro. Yeah, that matters.
He was second in Offensive Player of the Year voting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Obviously, if Cooper Kupp doesn't have the season he did last year, then
MVP finalist.
MVP finalist. He's just having so good, and he's a second-year guy. That's what's crazy about it. That was his second year
Dude,
in the
he
league.
went at Wisconsin. It was
He's-
insane.
Yeah.
I remember watching him play against Ohio State.
He was, he was nuts, and Big Ten couldn't do anything to stop him.
He's just he's so explosive and strong, and he can catch the ball well. But I just like the amount of times I cried when I played him in fantasy last year.
Yeah, that was tough.
But
Wait,
yeah,
what?
he's just
Last
he's
year,
a beast.
That's who I had in fantasy.
like that starting the year. Like, wasn't he like RB34 or something like that?
He wasn't. He was RB3 starting the year.
I
but
think
they
he
were
was
big
my
block
second
before.
running. I think I
Or
picked.
no,
I think I
I'm
picked him.
maybe
I think
RB9
I picked him
something.
second.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
I picked.
He was extremely low, and they popped off.
I think I picked Mixon and then Taylor. In fantasy. I think I'm not positive.
But Taylor, he's set up for success. I mean, last year the wide
With the
receiver corps was
offensive
bad.
line that he
The
has,
offensive
too.
line, top 3, maybe even the best in the league. But you
Oh,
can't.
I'd say it is best in the league.
You can't take too much away from him. But there's also, yes, you can. But yes, but there's also a lot of good things about him. And you can't.
Sorry.
I'm not discrediting him at all. But
That's for my honorable
you
mention.
also got to give number 1 to. Well, actually, Jared, state your opinion about Mr. Henry.
Yeah, because that's who you got at number 2.
I
I'd love
think-
to know why he's not number
I
1.
think Taylor.
I have Lamar Jackson at number 1.
So I had
I was going to use that joke.
Henry got hurt last year. Henry would have been 1 if he didn't get hurt, and I think Taylor's just gonna have a better year.
Okay.
That shouldn't go into it. All right, that should make a 1 and 2 decision.
Ian, you had the same. You had the same 2. Okay. And then with me and Brennan, we can say for Derek, he's King Henry.
He's King Henry for a reason. He had back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons before.
Some
He
like.
is-
I know he
he's-
had 1. He would have had another one this season. But I mean,
It's on his.
Can I
don't even know if
tie
I
them at
understand.
first? Can they be tied for first?
Sure.
you can have them tied. I definitely don't have them tied.
Yeah. I think Derrick Henry is
Nick Chubb-
significantly.
They're
better
just
than-
there are two
Jonathan
completely different
Taylor.
running backs.
Yeah, that's true. But let me speak.
Derrick Henry is going to go through you.
Derrick Henry's an absolute tank.
He's going to go
Like-
through you. He's going to stiff arm you. He's going to juke you. He's going to hurdle
Yes.
you all in the same play.
But he's
Derrick
one of the
Henry.
few guys that I can see run through someone, not stiff arm, run legitimately through someone,
And then he will
continue-
send
and
your
then he'll-
booty cheeks. He will grab your helmet, not the face mask, the helmet, and he will send you into the third row.
and then he'll continue to rush for another 60 yards. I think the
He's
most
so fast, strong. He's just
I
Get
think
up
the
there.
most comparable back to him, honestly, in my opinion, it's probably AJ
I heard
Dillon,
somebody
just
say
because
J.I.B.B.
he's big like him.
I
AJ
said
Dillon can
J.I.B.B.
run through someone, but he just he gets tackled immediately after. He doesn't have like the acceleration factor that Derrick Henry does.
I see, said the blind man as he picked up his hammer and saw. All right. Oh, that. Anyone else have anything else to say? Because I know you two have Jonathan Taylor at number one.
I'm going to change my list real quick. I'm going to tie Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor at first, move
Alright.
down to 2, and make Nick Chubb 3.
No, you can't have a number two and then a tied. That's not how lists work.
It's how
You
my.
didn't have.
No, I don't really care.
That's not how lists work, buddy.
That's how
If
my.
you have a tied 1 and 2, you can't have a second place.
I don't know how tied works, but I
If you
agree
have-
with
okay.
Brendan.
First,
If you have a tied 1 and 2,
Give me a
you
list
can't
lesson.
have a second place. So it goes 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 1st.
First, pretty much.
All right.
Thank you
Anyone
for
else
the
have
lesson.
anything
Put
to say?
Dalvin Cook as a three-way tie for first, and then put Nick Chubb at third.
You don't. I have a 6-way
Actually, wait,
tie
no,
for
then Nick
first.
Chubb would be fourth. Dang it.
I have a 6-way tie for first. I have a 6-way tie.
technically,
For first.
Deebo Samuel. He could be
I have a
on.
6-way tie.
The real number
Six,
one.
wait. Oh,
Six.
next week is receivers.
Wait,
Next week is receivers. I'm excited for next week.
me too. Me too.
Oh,
I
that
honestly-
is actually gonna be interesting.
Mine'll hurt to say, but
Anyone else have any closing thoughts?
where's my? That might or might not be the person who's number one on my list.
I have a good thing we can talk about real quick. How did we feel about the Raiders versus?
Oh, football is back, baby. Football's back. I thought it was a great game. Like a lot of times,
That's
those
that
games aren't
boring.
very good. That was a great game.
It was fun. I just missed it so much. I would have taken anything.
Today is the last Sunday without football.
It's
but
the
the
last
thing-
Sunday without football until February.
But
I do have this to say. It was a little disappointing that Devontae Adams, Derek Carr, and Trevor Lawrence didn't play, and Travis.
Yeah.
Etienne.
Did you think they were?
That was disappointing. Well, I mean, it just would have been cooler.
I
Well,
thought.
sure, but I mean,
But
you-
I think
I thought.
shoot, I'm drawing a blank. The Raiders guy used to be the Patriots backup.
he did
Stidham?
play.
I
Jared
know
Stidham did
Jared
play.
Stidham. He played good. Jaguars guy played pretty good.
I thought
Um,
Walker played
Walker.
phenomenal.
When he got the flag on the first play of
That's
the
the
game.
rant I wanted to go on. Thank you very
That
much.
was so funny.
that was
To
I-
the
that was-
blind
that was so funny.
zebra. The blind zebra that called that roughing the passer.
he like
He very
he, like-
clearly was trying to go for the ball and went across his body.
So-
He's not trying to rock bottom him to the ground. No. He's trying to grab the ball, the point of the game, which is the ball. I don't have the ball
it
down
was
here, but
it was an upper body shot on a quarterback who didn't have the ball. That's why it was called.
but
And I get that.
But the arm was going out.
I
Isn't
when
know,
the
but
ball
I
was
get
still-
that. But like
The
the
fact
throw
that
was so severely
protect that-
underthrown because of contact. I think that shows that it wasn't contact really that much after.
I
the
thought it was
throw.
only to the head. When you like smack him on the head, he hit his right shoulder.
I think it's upper body.
Okay.
They changed the rules. They had to because I remember
Yeah.
last year's head.
They do like
They're-
change rules.
How do you guys feel
or
about?
just pull rules out of their pocket that never existed in the first place.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
You
make
mean
sure
you
you hit
mean
that
the
subscribe and like button. Helps us out a lot. Starting next week, some college football, another list, wide receivers. So get ready for that. All right, thank you for joining us on this wonderful Wednesday. Hey.
Yeah.
See ya.